the family just had so much fun, man. We had game night. We had Tik Tok night. Now, Tik Tok night didn't go so well for Maul. Hey, listen, Camille, I know you listening right now, you watching, and I know you saying, CJ, better not show that video. Okay, so.
Maul, send it to me real quick, Maul.
Right. No. Send it to us. Listen. Oh, we had Tik Tok night. Now, Yanni was one team captain, and Jazzy, Maul Daughters, was the other team captain. I was on Team Jazzy. Maul was on Team Yanni. Now, Yanni did her thing, but it was not her fault that she had her father on her team. Let me tell y'all something. Now, I can't show the video because I promised Camille. But let me tell y'all something. We killed our TikTok. I'm talking about, it was a nice little whole routine.
Wait a minute. No, time out, bro. Tell the truth on everything, though.
What?
He had on his team, all right? So, first off, they had more people than us. Then he gonna say, well, that's kind of harder to do. But also,
what does that have to do with your performance?
But I'm just saying. Also, he had his brother, right? It was CJ. It was his brother. It was Jazzy, and it was Candace. And then to really throw insult to injury, bro, they had Uncle Milton.
Uncle Milton was up there.
Uncle Milton is known. Uncle Milton is the West Side step. Uncle Milton.
Spice.
Right. Spice. Right. So I'm like, come on, dog. Now, I'm the only male on my team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was me, Camille, Cam, and Yanni. Now, granted, Yanni is the TikTok champ. But the thing about it, and he won't say this, right? So they got all males, so they moving like dudes. You know what I'm saying? When they doing their thing, they moving like dudes. Ayana trying to show all the women, and it's just me. And so they moving kind of saucy. And I'm like,
I ain't trying to do that.
I was like, I ain't trying to do that.
I ain't trying to do that.
So what I did, I went off to the side. While they was practicing a saucy dance, I went off to the side and I pulled up the video and they had some men doing it, some guys doing it. And I was like, okay, cool. They got a little bit of to it.
The little alpha. They had the alpha.
They had a little alpha. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm going to do it like them. And so while they was over there to the side practicing their little moves, shaking their hips, I went over to the side with the fellas on the video. Go ahead, sis.
So, okay. If we ever get permission from Camille, I promise y'all are. Hey, I'll show you ours. Like I need to ask Camille, but I need to see if ours can be shown because I can show you ours. Ours was fire. We killed it. Everybody was on beat.
Except the part where your neck was.
Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're willing to show yours, I don't want to hear nothing. So anyway, we end up, doing the TikTok, but we got ours done in like 30 minutes, right? So I'm thinking we got ours done quick. They was down in the basement for about 2.5 hours. We waiting on them. We like, oh man, they about to kill it. And let me tell y'all, what happened was the funniest TikTok you have ever seen in your life. And if you ever seen a fish out of water, just flailing around, that was Maul. Nonetheless,
the next one,
Camille,
I'm gonna do it with you.
Hey, Camille,
be tight work.
I told Camille, she was like, CJ, you better not show it on the podcast. I said, okay, but our ratings gonna go up. So next week, I'm gonna see after she watched this next week, Camille, if we get permission to show both of these TikToks side by side.
What he's not telling you, E, is that
taboo.
CJ, hold on, that CJ almost killed us on firework night.
Oh,
he didn't even bring that up.
We almost died.
Seriously, bro, he almost killed us.
No,
on
but
firework
how you lit it?
Because you set the box down. So CJ goes and get this huge firework.
Oh, we got some fireworks like Sharp Park, E. I'm talking about we got the real deal Holyfields, and we're going to shoot off the fireworks. Now, mind you, first of all, we traveled through, I'm talking about the Confederate flags of America gas station to get them. So I put my life on the line to go get the fireworks, first of all. Second of all, we got them back.
White.
But here's the thing, though. So we did the first fireworks, and the box, it was like the big box. Boom, that sucker shot off first night. Kids was geeked up. Everybody having a great time. So then the Hatch family came. We was like, okay, we'll do it. You know, we got more. Let's do another one. And bro, I promise you, I don't know what happened. We did the same thing that we did before. I did set the box down. On the right side, everything was perfect. Maul lit the fireworks. So now, mind you, we it's a helipad at the cabin. That's how you know it was balled out, right? You got a helipad. So the helipad, you know, figured a good launching spot for the fireworks. So we put them down, right? And Maul lit them. And so, you know, you run back a little bit, just, you know, that's how you proper firework procedure. You run back 10, 15 feet off of it, right? So we ready, the kids.
Well, say who else was with us?
Uncle Milton. Yes, Uncle Milton was there too. So all of a sudden, Carl, the first firework shoots straight back into like the woods, into the mountain.
Where the clouds was at, right?
Right, so where the clouds were. So the kids was like, whoa. Next thing I know, one shoot straight at me and Maul. I'm talking about these are big fireworks.
Bruh.
So we take off up the hill, right? So Maul, you know, Maul, hey.
Hold on, E. PTSD set in. Not post-traumatic sports disorder. But hey, I thought I was back at CPD.
No.
The year was 2000.
So look, I'm trusting my life with Maul because he was an officer, right? So I'm thinking Maul know what to do in this situation. Hey, so we running up the hill. Maul like, see, over here. So I run over there with him. We trying to take cover behind this bush. As we run into the bush, a firework hits that bush, blows up. Bruh, all I do is look back.
In the bush that you was going to safety.
I had sandals on. I came out my sandals. So we just booking it up the hill. The kids are screaming, running back in the house. Wow. All I did, I looked back. Uncle Milton was walking like Denzel on Man on Fire. I'm talking about like
smoking
this. Like wasn't nothing wrong smoking a cigarette. Oh, dog.
Uncle Milton had on some penny loafers, man, in the woods. That's all he brought with some stiletto, like some penny loafers.
No, it was serious, dog. It was serious. Bro. We almost died, dog. Like literally running.
There was a cliff to the side. So actually, when we was running to, you fall off in the forest. And
Maul was like, over here. That sucker was like, bah! I was like, oh, man. So anyway, we did have one more argument at the cabin that we got to get settled on the podcast. I didn't know, but it was the King family versus the Quinney family. And we went, we brought strawberry jelly to the cabin. And the Kings were appalled and was like, yo, what is this nonsense strawberry jelly?
They was looking for the grape.
They was looking for the grape.
They was looking for the grape.
Yeah. Can somebody tell me, is people still doing grape jelly? I thought that was when I was a child. I spake as a child.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ain't going for it.
Come on, bro. Show him, E.
He better not have that Welch's.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
For those of y'all listening, E just stood up. He's going to the fridge. Is he pulling out the strawberry jelly or the Welch's Concord? Here we go, ladies and
the winner is...
you know it's the Welch's. You know it's the Welch's.
Let's go, bro.
E. Let's go. Hey, bro, the Welch's...
Ma, here go the crazy part, Ma. I don't know if you can see, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, the grape jelly is gone. It's gone.
Bro,
Carl,
come on, man.
Is it going to be unanimous or you going to have a tie? Are we going to have a tiebreaker and take it to the podcast
Carl
page?
seemed like an Apple man.
No. Ooh, not Apple. No, we have definitely done strawberry.
Come on, Carl.
We've definitely done strawberry.
Hey, so
we do strawberry more than anything else.
Yeah, for sure. That grape grape.
Ooh.
Now listen, I used to love the Welch's grape when I was young, but fam, you like this cannot be good for you. First of all, it's like Jell-O now. You know what I'm saying? Like we do the strawberry preserves. Now every time once in a while you get like a chunk of strawberry, a little too bit
in there,
but it does make you feel like at least you're doing something right when you got the real piece of fruit.
Anything with the word preservative is not good for you, bro. If it can stay preserved in a can, it can stay preserved in your stomach, bro. So just get away from that, bro.
This coming from the man. This coming from the man who every time we was at the mountain, went to grocery shopping, stopped at the cookie stand, and then told me 2 hours later, I don't eat sugar. I said, what? He was like, no.
I just eat cookies. That's all he eats.
That's all I eat, bro. It's cookies. Hey, look, dog, you gotta have some pleasures in life, bro. All right. Ain't nothing is wrong with the cookies, man. Your kids enjoyed the cookies. Your wife enjoyed making the cookies. You know,
let me tell you what a kid Maul is. And Maul, every time we went to the grocery store too, Maul will go right past the little bakery aisle and be like, yo, you want some of these cookies? I said, yo, you know, you ask me every time. You know I don't want none. This fool done got the chocolate chip cookies with the cream in the middle, looking like an oatmeal cream pie. I said, dog, what is this? So anyway, man, I don't know how to introduce this because it's kind of funny anyway, but E called me and he said, see, I finally got it. And I said, what? And now, mind you, I got it years ago, but I think it just clicked for E on like Thursday or Friday. And he said, yo, I got it. He said, man, I feel like I was holding people to too high of expectations, and I've been a lot happier lately because I lowered my expectations for everybody. And I said, welcome to the dark side, bruh. I've been over here for a long time. And so I want to just briefly get into, E, you can kind of talk about how it came about and why you said that, but I think there is a serious topic to be had here because we do have expectations for people, right? And we do have expectations for ourselves and our success and our finances and our health and our marriage and our kids. And expectations, and I don't want, no, go for it, E. I don't want to take it too far. Go for it.
I ain't tripping. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying. I think, you know, it's all relative to what your expectations are. You know what I mean? Like happiness, like, you know, all of those things. And sometimes I feel like we can put too much pressure on ourselves to, if my kid's not magna cum laude, then I'm a bad parent. And it's like, if that's your benchmark or that's your standards or your expectation, you may be let down. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it all the time with people in sports with their kids or, you know, even in their marriage, you may be putting too much pressure on your spouse. You know what I'm saying? So I always say, and again, I'm not saying for my immediate surroundings, but I used to be upset that even individuals on our team or our staff wouldn't take things as serious as I did. You know what I'm saying? Or wouldn't be like as serious as Carl or wouldn't work as hard as Carl. And I used to be I used to get frustrated, angry, upset. And then I learned like, yo, you have expectations for them that are unrealistic. And so once I was able to bring those expectations down, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm basically, whatever you do is going to be icing on the cake.
I'm lowering my standards. I'm lowering my standards, Maul.
I'm trying to creep down this dangerous path here without
You're
crashing.
doing a good job, C. You're doing a good job.
Go for it, E.
No, you know, for real. And the reason why I told C I was on this is really mental health. You know, one of the things that happens, and this could happen to people before. I'm just giving my, you know what I'm saying? It's just ET's, you know, hookup. So I'm about to turn 50, you know, and so it was funny. My boy was like, yo, E, what does it feel like? And I was like, I don't know that it feel like anything, but I know one of the shifts that I'm making is, you know, this mental health thing is so important. And I think we spend so much time, and for those of you who are not a part of the Rebuild Conference, you got to sign up for the second series, which is the mindset. And the reason why this one is so important to me, Maul, is because I just feel like, I don't know what happens on earth, but it's like everybody get caught on the external to the point where it's like, all right, a dude willing to work out because somebody gonna see him. Or somebody willing to like spend a whole bunch of money on a car because you're gonna see him. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like external, like everybody on that external boy. And nobody really spends the equal amount of time on the mental fitness. Like everybody, and that's why they gotta come to the conference. Because what I'm learning is you can build with one hand, like you could get the wife, but if your thinking is thinking, you can get the business. If your thinking is thinking, like what you're gonna end up doing is losing everything because your mind is weak. So it really doesn't matter what you get in life. If your brain doesn't get exercise, if your mental, mental wellness is not where it's supposed to be, you're gonna lose everything. You feel me? And so I've really been heavy on, okay, when I do have stress, because I'm not a stressful person. So I was like, okay, 50s, it's it. Like, I'm not dealing with no stress, period. Like, I'm not, like, if you are a stressful human, cool for you, I'm through with you. Like, I don't have time for that. right? And so as I was thinking, I had to do an inventory, like, what stresses you out? And I was just like, yo, I love being a pastor. I love preaching. I love everything about the church but the people in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. I just don't like the people, bruh. And I mean that, like, not in a bad way, like, I don't like my congregation. No, I don't like drama. Like, I don't like dealing with the negativity. Like, I just don't, it's not necessary. Like, people will argue. I'm like, yo, what are we arguing for? Like, we want the same thing. We can't come up with a solution. Or you pissed and you talking to somebody else about something you should be talking to me about. Like, how's talking to him going to help you with me? And so I just was like, okay, E, okay, since that's what stresses you out, all right, let's just be honest. Why is it that it stressed you out? You feel me? Because it's one thing more to be like, oh, they stressing me out. Okay, but why? Don't just say people stress you out. Why do they stress you out? And when I really sat and thought about it, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, it's 50-50. A part of the stress is me having too high of expectations.
Yeah.
Like, that's the stress. That's where it's coming from. Like, I'm just thinking, y'all talking about traveling. I'm just thinking common sense. If you are exposed to me and you expose, like, here's the thing that I laugh about. I got people hitting me up like, yo, hey, bro, I should probably come to one of your conferences, but I've been listening to your video for 4 years. I just made 10 mil last year. Oh, man, I owe you, bro. I'm like, you didn't come to a conference? No, I'll be listening to the podcast. I'll be listening to the mixtapes. Like, yo, the videos in the morning, they phenomenal. So I'm thinking in my mind, well, if you listening to them and you getting paid, why sister so-and-so keep calling me for money? Like, why ain't she listening to the tapes too? Why brother so-and-so, like, what's the problem? Like, why you can't get what they getting, right? I'm just being real, bro. Like, I'm trying to help somebody. And so, but it dawned on me, you getting up at 3. My man getting up at 5:30. So-and-so don't want to get up at 5:30. You know what I'm saying? Like, so-and-so would rather get up at 8:30 and live from check to check and complain about their job. And like, I'm just being real, Ma. What energizes me, that's what energizes them. Like, the way I get energized by getting up, taking care of my business and like, let's go. They get energized by getting on the phone going, girl, I can't believe this job. Girl, I can't. Yeah. And they go back to it the next day.
Do they though? Do they get energized by that?
No, they get energized by it, bro. They get energized by that joker. You know how I know more? Because they still there. They still there.
Right.
You know what
I say it's a habit, E. I don't even know if it's a habit now that makes you think that it energizes you, but you're so used to doing it.
But they get energized, though. They get, like, I don't care what y'all call it. They get energized. Now, it might not be the right energy, but they get energized by it. That's why they talking to that person. And that's why they doing what they doing. And they get them the fuel to get back up and go the next day. Matter of fact, they can't wait till lunch or they break so they can talk about it. And they be geek talking about it. And I was like, yo, E, who are you? Who are you? Who are you to tell people that because they want to go to a job they hate and talk about the job and be pissed from month to month because they can't barely pay their rent? Who are you to be pissed at that? That's the life they chose. So you got two things you can do. Either you can stop talking to them about it, because that's what I be doing wrong, Ma. Like, they'll come to me with that energy, and I'll be like, yo, why are you on that? Like, why are we? And it's like, you know what?
You give them 3 hours of your greatest material.
Bruh,
and they be right back the next week like, hey.
Best work ever. And they still on it. And so what I started realizing was, yo, they got different expectations than you, E. Lower your expectations. Everybody don't want to do the work to be able to be bi-coastal. Like, yo, let me tell y'all the craziest thing. Here go the craziest thing. The craziest thing, Ma, is the way the human mind is designed. We were fearfully and wonderfully made. You can't argue with that. When you look at the human species, bruh, the human species is capable of doing whatever they want to do, or they're capable of doing little or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they capable of whatever they want to do. So what used to bother me was like, yo, we fearfully and wonderfully made. How is that you sitting here complaining when you could? And so then, Ma, I don't know if y'all ever read this before. I don't even know if it's the truth. I think it's the truth. It might not be the truth. But don't it seem like whenever there's a high-speed chase or there's a DUI, it always seemed like the person who drunk that crashed into the other person died some kind of way. And the drunk dude I don't know if that's facts, but it seems like,
they don't never have a scratch on them.
Oh, bro, I promise, they get out the whip, they don't got no scratches, no nothing. I realized that's what was happening to me with the expectation boy. I'm dealing with people with low expectation.
Wow.
They crash into me. They talking to me about it. I get all frustrated.
I'm dead.
I'm pissed.
I'm dead.
Came up with strategy.
I gotta go take a nap.
Look, I'm not playing. Listen to me. I'm serious when I say this. I done got off the phone with them. I'm so stressed out about what they just told me. I done came up with 4 plans. I done gave them 4 plans. They done threw all my plans in the trash, put some dookie on it, smashed the dookie on my plans. And I'm sitting here like, yo, you just told me you were struggling, and I just came back and gave you a master plan, and you're not going to do nothing with it? And God was like, no, you confused. You think they're arguing or frustrated because they want to do something. You're confused. When you heard it, you heard, they got to fix this. They don't like this. This ain't right. They don't want to live like this. That's
but what you should have heard.
That's what I heard. And so I went and spent an hour in prayer. I done came back with, thus saith the Lord, you should do this, you should do this, you should do that. And guess what? They didn't do nothing with it, but they called me back 2 weeks later, and we were having the exact same conversation we had before. I'm like, what in the devil? We just had this conversation. I just told you what to do. And God was like, no, that's what you trying to do. You trying to get up like that. You trying to work like that. They not trying to do that. So yes, they want something different, but not to the extent that they have to change. They don't want to do nothing different. They just want something different. And so I was like, you know what? Let me lower my expectations. So when they call complaining, I'm like, man, you know what? Man, I got to go do this with Didi real quick. I'm going to holler back at you. But do me a favor.
But
keep that energy.
Aren't expectations really the indicator for how happy we're going to be?
I don't know what you said.
No, I'm just saying.
That's a good question.
No,
I'm saying.
You're going back to
that's a really good question.
But you know what, though? It's different levels, though. See? It's different levels.
It is.
And you're right. You're right by saying it. You're right by saying it. But if a person feels like, you know, sometimes in their mind, right, because of their exposure level or whatever it is, you think that this is the highest expectation. You think that this is it. But until you break that ceiling, right, and you come across somebody else that has a higher expectation or a higher exposure level, then your conscious level is on that level. And so you're thinking that, hey, this is life for me. This is a high expectation. And you don't think that nothing different until you find someone that has a higher expectation.
Well, what will you find me, Ma? And you know me and you hanging out with me, Ma. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Ma.
Notice I pointed to E. When you find someone with a higher
expectation. And I'm saying this, Ma, and I want you to think about it because I have people who literally follow us who really want to get to another level. So I'm saying, you know me, you have me as your friend or your pastor or your mentor online, whatever it is. You are exposed. You just hear 3 people say they was high above the clouds. You know, all 3 of y'all had the same testimony. Y'all was above the clouds. Regular people who, if you studied the podcast years ago, wasn't no cloud seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we first got on, wasn't nobody talking about
we saw him. We was looking from the ground. It was on us. It was raining on us.
And so I'm just saying, what do we do more for those people who have been exposed, but you can't, but your expectation is still your exposure. You're not letting what you're being exposed to.
Your expectation
you
is
feel
your
me?
exposure.
You're not letting your exposure make your expectation.
Yeah, that's true.
Your expectations have created your expectation.